tertiary sector.
Yeah.
So now I now need to sort of defend my view, my statement that growth will come from the primary sector, will be from resources, and we look at where we are now.
Yeah.
And you know that there are only 2 active uranium mines. Now, uranium, I've often spoken about. The moment that the uranium price goes above about 46 American dollars per pound for uranium oxide, and it stays there for a while, and by a while I mean about 6 months to 9 months. So when there is a reliable indication that the uranium price will stay above 46 American dollars, Lange Heinrich will be reactivated, will be reopened.
Okay.
I would almost want to say overnight, within 2 or 3 months, you know. Then other projects that were all shelved because of either recession or COVID or discrediting uranium as a fuel, they all will slowly come on stream as the uranium price improves and shows a certain resilience. Now, you must remember when they planned Lange Heinrich, they were working, incidentally, I knew some of the people involved there who actually brought Lange Heinrich to Namibia or developed that deposit. I know them personally. You know, so I was very fortunate to have a very clear inside track on how after a due diligence, what the benchmark values were that they worked on, that they budgeted on. You know? So, and that was 65 American dollars per pound uranium oxide. So you can see that 46 is still way below that, but 46 is sort of in the industry regarded as a break-even point.
Yeah.
You cannot operate a mine below that level, unless it doesn't matter what the price is, like for instance the mines that belongs to the Chinese government, China National Nuclear Corporation. The spot price is with them totally irrelevant because they use their own uranium. And this is now the whole point. We're asking the question, where's the growth going to come from? A very substantial part of that is going to come from the uranium mining industry.
Yeah.
We are going to see, and I'm talking about 5 years, the next 5 years, we are going to see more uranium mines, and we are going to see increased output at the existing uranium mines because the price of uranium is going to improve. And the reason why I say that is that in, I think, November last year, the EU Commission drafted legislation to prepare the way to reclassify uranium as a green fuel. I think you and I still had to talk about it, and I was so almost flabbergasted.
We did.
Uranium has been vilified, the fuel of the devil, for 50 years, and suddenly here the EU comes, and the EU Commission gives a very clear indication that they're going to change that. You know, so to pave the way to use uranium in nuclear power reactions, because gas from Russia is now discredited, and all other sources are either not green enough, so they're destroying the earth. The carbon footprint is too big, and here comes uranium, gets reclassified, and I predict that by the end of next year, you will already see the change in the uranium industry, because that is when all the nuclear power stations in Western Europe, and there are more than 150 of them, they will start increasing their output. And in China and the Far East, the Asian tigers, the industrial revolution is not going to stop. They will also want more and more uranium. And then if you briefly look at the other, so uranium will be the main driver. Diamonds is always difficult, because diamonds is seasonal, and diamonds depend on retail sales. So can you see from what I've said that
Yeah.
uranium sales are industrial sales for big power stations,
Yes.
and diamond sales are mostly driven by whether Yanni loves Sunny,
Yeah.
that sort of thing. So it's not a very sustainable market. It's also, if you look at the history, it's very volatile. It's up
Yeah.
and down all
Yes.
the time. But diamond sales contributed a lot to this year's growth, and I assume next year it will continue to do that. And then if there are 2 gold mines in the pipeline, and there are so-called rare earth minerals or rare earth metals, the stuff that you need for electric vehicles, and there are very interesting moves with bigger copper production and bigger zinc production, and we are all with all these potential new projects in resources. We are slightly in an uncertain phase. Remember earlier in the discussion, I used the same terminology.
Yeah.
We don't know exactly which way it's going to go.
Yeah.
But what I want to say, with the liquidity and with everything, and with the oil discoveries, the economy is primed for explosion. All that it needs is a trigger.
And we will end on that good note. We will meet again next week, same time, same place. So thank you so much for keeping it locked to the Power Station. Thank you to our loyal listeners. And of course, thank you to Mr. Daniel Steinman for always taking up the time to come and inform and educate us. From me, Elsa B. Timiani, goodbye.